안녕하세요. You're going to learn how to express to infinitive in Korean in this video. Let's go! Let's learn how to express to infinitive in Korean. Before we start this, you should know that there is no such grammar like to infinitive in Korean. To infinitive is quite complicated grammar in English. So unfortunately, there is no one fixed way to express it in Korean. Therefore, you need to know what is the role or the meaning of that particular to infinitive within the sentence and find out how to express it in Korean. But don't be so disappointed, it can be easier than you think with our explanations. We'll try to patternize it as much as possible. Let's learn something which can be presented as a rule first. When you use to infinitive to express the purpose or intention in English, you can use the endings and compound expression that you are going to learn on this page in Korean. The first one is the connective ending 으려고 or 려고. 으려고, 려고. It's a connective ending, therefore, of course, it's added to a stem of a verb normally, but it can be added to a stem of an adjective too. When there is a final consonant in the last letter of the stem, you add 으려고, except the case where the last letter of the stem has a final l consonant, because final l consonant and sound cannot be used together. The last go sound can actually be omitted, but let's not talk about it here because it's too complicated. But you can remember it. The last go sound can be omitted only when it's used as a connective ending. Let's see the white box on the right together. First, the connective ending 으려고, 려고 is used to express the purpose or intention of the subject. It's just like you use to infinitive to express purpose or intention in English. Now the word intention sounds very familiar to you, isn't it? Let's see the English example. We'll show you only the English examples on this page, so just try to fill the usages of the to infinitive in those sentences. And know that you can use the endings and compound expression that you're going to learn on this page for the same purpose. I bought some flowers to give my wife. Please try to understand the usage of the to give part, okay? Second, the connective ending 으려고, 려고 can also be used to mean in order to or so as to. It's obvious because to infinitive also means in order to in English when it's used to express the purpose of something. Let's see the English sentence. I left home early in order to avoid the traffic. This one is easier to understand, I guess, because the usage of in order to is pretty obvious. Third, 으려고, 려고 can express your intention by itself. Therefore, it can be used as a final ending with the honorific suffix 요, like 으려고요, 으려고요. It means in Korean, you can just make a sentence only with a to infinitive or in order to infinitive part. As you know, a connective ending can be followed by another predicate, or a phrase, or clause with another predicate, because you know it's a connective ending. But in many cases, connective endings can be used as a final ending by adding just 요 sound at the end. The compound expressions without the final ending part can be used like this too. 으려고, 려고 is the same. It can be used as a final ending. For example, let's say you've just bought some flowers and your friend asked you, "What's with the flowers?" In this case, you can just answer, "To give my wife," or "in order to give my wife," which sounds like it's your purpose or intention, without saying the formal part, I bought some flowers, which is the action you did to pursuit of or to achieve the purpose. Do you remember I told you that the last go sound of 으려고, 려고 can be omitted only when it's used as a connective ending? Therefore, go sound cannot be omitted when it's used as a final ending. Please remember that too. Fourth, the connective ending 으려고, 려고 can mean someone intends to do something or something is about to happen in a specific form. 으려고, 려고, 하다. Again, you use the specific verb 하다 after the connective ending 으려고, 려고 in this case, like 으려고, 려고, 하다. as if it is a compound expression. This one can be a little bit tricky, so please listen carefully. Again, the connective ending 으려고 려고 can be used to mean someone intends to do something with the verb 하다 right after it. In this case, the subject should be a living thing. Intend to do here means plan to, decide to, or attempt to do something. Let's see the English example for better understanding. I intend to go to Korea. This sentence can mean I plan to go to Korea or I'm planning on going to Korea. It can also mean I've decided to go to Korea or I attempt to go to Korea. Anyway, you have the plan or intention in your mind. In this case, you can use the connective ending 으려고 려고 for the to go part to indicate your intention and use the specific verb 하다 after it instead of the verb intend, plan, decide, or attempt. So it's 으려고 려고 하다. It's hard to tell the exact meaning of the verb 하다 here, but you can think that this verb 하다 is used to add a meaning. You've made up your mind. You have that intention. You are about to do that, or you're close to doing something very soon. Therefore, 으려고 하다 can be used when you want to express that I have the intention to do something, and I am going to do that. Or you can remember 으려고 려고 하다 as a set, as if it is a compound expression, and it together means intend to, plan to, decide to, or attempt to with your intention. But you should know that there is another way to actually express plan to, decide to, and attempt to. Therefore, please think about the exact usage of 으려고 하다 with the examples and use it properly. 으려고 하다 can sound similar to 으려고요, which can be used as a final ending, but the obvious difference is 으려고 하다 alone can't mean intend to, plan to, decide to, or attempt to. But 으려고요 doesn't have a meaning. It just indicates the intention or purpose. You'll understand this better with the examples later, so don't worry even though you don't understand it quite well now. And 으려고 려고 하다 can also be used to mean something is about to happen. In this case, the subject is normally a non-living thing. If the subject is a living thing, the subject must have no intention to do that. Let's see the English example. The ceremony is about to begin. The ceremony doesn't have any intention to begin. The ceremony is held by an organization or people who's working for the organization. In this case, you can use 으려고 려고 하다 for the is about to part. It's not written here, but let's think about this sentence too. That kid is about to fall down. The kid is not trying to fall down intentionally. In this case, you can also use 으려고 려고 하다 to mean something is about to happen or something is close to happening, even though the subject is a person. Again, when the subject doesn't have an intention to do something, 으려고 려고 can mean something is about to happen. Okay? Now, let's learn about the second one. It's the compound expression 기 위해서. 기 위해서. 서 sound can be omitted. Let's see the white box on the right together. This compound expression 기 위해서 is used to mean in order to. Therefore, this 기 위해서 can be substituted by the connective ending 으려고 려고. Again, the compound expression 기 위해서 can be replaced by the connective ending 으려고 려고 because 기 위해서 has one particular meaning in order to. The difference between 으려고 려고 and 기 위해서 is, first, 으려고 려고 has more usages than the compound expression 기 위해서. 으려고 려고 can be used to mean intend to and be about to, but 기 위해서 just means in order to. Second, the phrase with the 기 위해서 is the purpose of the following part. Therefore, the phrase with 기 위해서 normally has the following part, which has a verb that you do pursuit of your purpose in Korean. Of course, there is no following part in English, but you say in order to part first in Korean. Okay? I said normally because 기 위해서 can also be used as if it is a final ending informally. Let's see the example. I studied hard in order to pass the test. You say in order to pass the test first, and then you say I studied hard in Korean. The phrase with in order to is your purpose, and the rest of the sentence is something that you do to pursuit of your purpose. Let's see the next example. I came to Korea in order to study Korean. Needless to say, you can use the compound expression 기 위해서 for the in order to part. You can also use the connective ending 으려고 instead of 기 위해서. Therefore, we can say 으려고 can cover 기 위해서. Then, meaning-wise, what's the difference between 으려고 and 기 위해서 when they both mean in order to? I'll say 으려고 sounds a bit smoother, casual, and 기 위해서 sounds a bit stronger, formal. It's mainly because 기 위해서 actually has a verb in it, which is 위하다. The verb 위하다 means to care, take care of, or care for. Because of the actual meaning it has, the compound expression 기 위해서 sounds stronger. But they can be used interchangeably when they mean the same in order to anyway, so it's your choice. This compound expression 기 위해서 is very similar to 을을 위해서 that you learned a long time ago. I told you that 을을 위해서 can mean the preposition for when it's used to mean for the benefit of someone or something, or in order to achieve a special purpose. And I also told you it actually has much stronger meaning than the English preposition for, right? This is the reason. 기 위해서 and 을을 위해서 are actually almost the same because of the same 위해서 part. Just the difference is 을을 위해서 is added to a noun or noun form because 을을 is a particle, and 기 위해서 is added to a stem of a verb because 기 is also an ending. Let's see the English example. I studied hard in order to pass the test. Again, as you know, the compound expression 기 위해서 can be used for the in order to part. What if I replace in order to with the preposition for and get rid of the verb pass in English? I studied hard for the test. It makes sense too, right? And to express this for, you can use 을을 위해서. So they are basically the same thing because for the test means in order to pass the test. Okay? Hope it's clear then. Now let's move on to the last one. It's the connective ending 으러 or 러. Yes, it's a connective ending again. Final 르 exception applies to this one too, of course. Let's see the white box on the right together. This connective ending 으러, 러 is also used to express the purpose, but this one is used only with the movement verbs, such as go, come, go out, go in, come back, go back, and etc. But mostly with go and come. When you say I go to do something, or I come to do something. This one has very specific usage like this, and it's very commonly used too. Let's see the English examples. I'll go to Korea to meet my friend. Because of the verb go, you can use the connective ending 으러, 러 for the to meet part, and it expresses your purpose. It's actually slightly different from in order to or to infinitive in Korean grammar. But you can use it when you say, I go to do something or come to do something anyway. And this connective ending 으러, 러 can be used with an ending or compound expression that expresses command or suggestion. But the connective ending 으려고, 려고 has many limitations when it's used with a command or suggestion. especially with the movement verbs such as come and go. This is pretty important. Let's see the second example. Let's go to swim. Because of both the verb go and the suggestion thing let's, you should use the connective ending 으러, 러 for the to swim part. And that's the best option. Even though to swim expresses purpose, you cannot use the first connective ending 으려고, 려고 because you are going to use suggestion ending in Korean as if you say let's in English. You wouldn't use 기 위해서 either because it sounds too verbiage as if you say let's go in order to swim in English. Therefore, you should use this connective ending 으러, 러. Please remember that. Again, normally 으러, 러 can be substituted by 으려고, 려고 and 기 위해서. However, when the sentence expresses command, polite request, or suggestion with a movement verb, as if you say let's go to do something or please come to do something, the connective ending 으러, 러 is the best option. 으려고, 려고 and 기 위해서 are not really used. Those might be able to be used with other verbs though. Let's talk about this more specifically with examples. To sum up, when you use the movement verb such as go and come, please normally use the last connective ending 으러, 러. 으러, 러 can also be naturally used with suggestion or command. When you want to mean in order to a little bit stronger and a little bit more formal, please use the second compound expression 기 위해서. When you want to casually express the purpose or intention as if you use to infinitive in English, you can just use 으려고, 려고. And 으려고, 려고 can also be used as a final ending like 으려고요. And it can also mean intend to, plan to, decide to, attempt to, or is about to in a form 으려고 하다. You can remember it as a set. Now, let's make actual sentences together. Please see the Korean sentence first. 저는 내년에 한국에 가려고 돈을 모으고 있어요. 저는 내년에 한국에 가려고 돈을 모으고 있어요. 저는 I, 내년에 next year, 한국에 to Korea, 가려고 the stem 가 plus the connective ending 려고. This connective ending 려고 can indicate purpose or intention. Therefore, 가려고 can't mean to go or in order to go. 돈을, 돈 means money. It's an object of the following verb. 모으고 있어요. 모으다 is the verb, which means to gather, collect, save, or save up. When you want to say you are saving up some money, you can use this verb 모으다. Of course, the compound expression 고 있어요 puts the stem 모으 in the present continuous tense. So it's like be saving up. 저는 I, 내년에 next year, 한국에 to Korea, 가려고 in order to go, 돈을 money 모으고 있어요. am saving up. Do you understand the meaning of the sentence? Yes, I am saving up money to go to Korea next year. So to go to Korea next year is said first in Korean. You normally say to go to Korea next year, I am saving up money. It's actually quite obvious because 려고 is a connective ending in Korean. You might wonder why the connective ending 으러 or 러 is not used because the verb go is used. No, please don't mix up. It's to go, in order to go. The connective ending 으러, 러 is used when the following part has a movement verb such as come or go as a main verb, and you use the connective ending 으러 or 러 for the to infinitive part. In other words, it has to be go to do something, not to go somewhere. Okay? In this case, the main verb is 모으다, which means to save up. Therefore, you cannot use the connective ending 으러 nor 러. Then let's learn some colloquial forms that you can use in spoken Korean only. The original connective ending is 으려고 or 려고, right? In spoken Korean, instead of 으려고 려고, you can use 으려고, 으려구, 으라고, or 으라구. When there is no final consonant in the last letter of the stem, you add final L consonant instead of 을 sound, of course. So if you add a stem 가, it will become 가려고, 가려구, 갈라고, and 갈라구. Then what's with this 을 sound? Please don't ask why 을 sound is used. There's no why. But I guess it's just my personal opinion. This final L consonant or 을 sound normally indicates the future, possibility, or possibility in the future. When you say, I am saving up some money to go to Korea, the to go to part can sound like something you will do in the future, or the possible situation which can happen in the future. So people unconsciously add final L consonant or 을 sound to 려고 to indicate the future. How about 려구, 구 sound? Some people tend to use 구 sound instead of 고 sound. It somehow sounds cuter. Then what's with the 라고 and 라구, 라 with the 라 sound? We don't know. The reason is not important. Anyways, 으려고, 려고 is the correct grammar. 으려고, 으려구, 으라고, or 으라구 is used only in spoken Korean. We were not sure if we should tell you this because there must be many cases like this in spoken Korean. We cannot teach you them all. I mean, the cases like this, the correct ending is 으려고, 려고, but people actually use slightly modified version more often in spoken Korean. The reason is not obvious. Sometimes to sound funny, sometimes to make it sound smoother, sometimes because they've just using it that way for a long time, sometimes just because it is said like that by the people for a long time. Therefore, sometimes you might not be able to hear correctly even though the speaker says something you already know because the native speakers don't pronounce it as you learned until you see the written letters. It can happen. But don't worry too much. It's just related to your fluency, just like any other languages. Dialects are the same. We have 5 obviously different dialects here in South Korea, including North Korea, it's 6. But they are all basically Korean. Except for the one from Jeju Island. Sometimes it's almost impossible to understand what they are saying. Anyway, the point is, don't worry too much. And the other point is, when you find something seems to be new, you can just learn it. That's it. Let's move on. If you see the first sentence again, you can see that the connective ending 려고 is used to express the purpose or intention, as if you use to infinitive or in order to in English. And you've just learned the compound expression, which can also mean in order to in the previous page. What was that? Yes, 기 위해서. Therefore, you can use 기 위해서 instead of the connective ending 려고. The stem 가 plus 기 위해서, 가기 위해서. 저는 I 내년에 next year 한국에 to Korea 가기 위해서 in order to go 돈을 money 모으고 있어요. saving up. 저는 내년에 한국에 가기 위해서 돈을 모으고 있어요. The meaning is the same, but 가기 위해서 can sound a little bit more formal than 가려고, as in order to sounds more formal than to infinitive in English. But you can still use 기 위해서 in spoken Korean, no problem at all. Let's see the next sentences. 왜 돈을 모으고 있어요? 왜 돈을 모으고 있어요? Why are you saving up money? This is a question. Let's see the answers. 한국에 가려고요. 한국에. is like to Korea. 에 is the destination particle, of course. 가려고요. 가 is the stem, which means to go. And the connective ending, 려고, is used to express that it's your proposal or intention, as if you use to infinitive or in order to for the same usage in English. 려고 is a connective ending, but if you add the honorific suffix 요 at the end, you can use it as a final ending. Most of the connective endings and compound expressions which don't have an assistant predicate can be used as a final ending. So, 한국에 가려고요 means to go to Korea or in order to go to Korea. Yes, you can answer only with to infinitive part like this in Korean. Of course, you can also use the compound expression 기 위해서 instead of the connective ending 려고. The stem 가 plus 기 위해서 plus honorific suffix 요. 한국에 가기 위해서요. 한국에 가기 위해서요. In order to go to Korea. 왜 돈을 모으고 있어요? Why are you saving up some money? 한국에 가려고요. To go to Korea. 한국에 가기 위해서요. In order to go to Korea. Okay? So not only 으려고, 려고 can be used as a final ending, but also 기 위해서 can be used as a final ending. No problem. Please remember that. Let's see the next answer. 한국에 가려고 해요. 한국에 가려고 해요. What does that mean? 한국에 가려고 해요. 가려고 해요 part is the combination of the stem 가 and 려고 하다. 하다 part of course turns into 해요. 가려고 해요. As I told you, this 으려고, 려고 하다 can be used to mean intend to, plan to, or decide to. 으려고, 려고 part indicates your proposal or intention. The exact meaning of this 하다 part is not very clear, but you can think it's used to mean you've made up your mind, you have that intention, you're about to do that, or you're close to doing something very soon. Therefore, 으려고, 려고 하다 together can mean intend to, plan to, decide to, attempt to. So, 한국에 가려고 해요 can't mean I plan to go to Korea or I intend to go to Korea. Okay? The first two sentences, 한국에 가려고요 and 한국에 가기 위해서요 sound almost the same. How about this one? 한국에 가려고 해요. You know the difference. What you are trying to imply can be almost the same as the first two sentences, but it just has the extra meaning you've made up your mind, or you have that plan in your mind because of the 하다 part. Okay? Let's see the next answer. 한국에 가려고 하거든요. 한국에 가려고 하거든요. Let's see the 가려고 하거든요 part. As you see, the final ending 거든요 is used. The stem 가 plus the connective ending 려고 plus 하 from 하다 plus 거든요. Therefore, basically, 으려고, 려고, 하다 is used. Do you remember this ending 거든요? This final ending 거든요 can be used to tell the reason as if you are explaining it in an explanatory tone. Therefore, it can provide a nuance because. This final ending can be used here because of the predicate 하다 from 으려고, 려고, 하다. 거든요 is a final ending. Therefore, it needs a stem. It cannot be added to the connective ending 으려고, 려고 directly. So, 가, go, 가려고 하, plan to go, 거든요, because in an explanatory tone. 한국에 가려고 하거든요, because I plan to go to Korea. It can sound like you're explaining about your proposal or intention, because I intend to or am planning to go to Korea. Okay? We showed you only 4 answers here, but there must be many other answers with other endings. You know that, right? Let's see more examples. 제가 먹은 것도 계산하셨어요? 제가 먹은 것도 계산하셨어요? This is a question. 제가, I, 먹은. It's the combination of the stem 먹 and the modifier ending 은, which turns the stem into a modifier in the past tense. 것 is a dependent noun, which can be used to indicate something without using its name. 제가 먹은 것, the thing that I ate. 제가 먹은 것도, the particle 도 is added to express the meaning to or also. 제가 먹은 것도, also the thing that I ate. 계산하셨어요? 계산하다 originally means to calculate, but it can also mean pay for something with money. The higher respect form 계산하시다 is used. The stem is 계산하시, and the final ending 었어요 with the past tense indicator 엇. 계산하시 었어요 becomes 계산하셨어요? paid for. 제가 먹은 것도 계산하셨어요? Also the thing that I ate, paid for. What does that mean? Yes, it's like, did you pay for the thing that I ate too? Did you pay for my meal too? Okay? Let's see the answer. 네, 원래 오늘은 제가 사려고 했어요. 네, 원래 오늘은 제가 사려고 했어요. 으려고 하다 is used again. 네, yes, you're right. 원래, it's not pronounced 원래. It's pronounced 원래 with the L sound instead of N sound. 원래. We call it L sound assimilation. It's easy to pronounce this way. 원래 can mean originally or by nature. In this sentence, it's used to mean in the first place. 원래, 원래, in the first place. 오늘은, today, the auxiliary particle 은 is added. Therefore, it can provide a nuance of comparing. 오늘은, compared to the other days, or especially today. 오늘은, 제가, I, the subject, 사려고 했어요. The stem 사 is from the verb 사다, which can mean to buy, or it can also mean to pay for something. 사려고 했어요 is the combination of the stem 사 and 려고 하다. It's in the past tense, therefore 했어요 is used instead of 하다. 사려고 했어요 can be intended to pay. 사려고 part is your intention, and 했어요 part is like you decided to or planned to. You planned to pay for it in the first place. 네, 원래 오늘은 제가 사려고 했어요. I intended to pay for it in the first place, or I planned to pay for it in the first place. How does it sound like to you? It means I was going to treat you in the first place. That was my plan. Or I wanted to treat you in the first place. 사려고 했어요 part expresses you have that intention and you are going to do that in the first place. Okay? Now, do you think you can actually use this 으려고 하다 in conversation? Yes, you can. Let's see the next sentence. 이제 콘서트가 시작하려고 해요. 이제 콘서트가 시작하려고 해요. 이제 means now. It can also mean from now on. 이제 is normally used to separate the past from the current moment and indicate the time starting now. It can be a noun and an adverb at the same time. 콘서트가, 콘서트 is just concert. It's a subject, so the subject particle 가 is added. 콘서트가 시작하려고 해요. 시작하려고 해요 is the combination of the stem 시작하, which means to start, and 려고 하다. Of course, 하다 turns into 해요. Then what does this 려고 해요 mean here in this sentence? Does it mean intend to or plan to? Let's think about it. 콘서트. The concert is non-living thing. A non-living thing cannot have an intention. Therefore, in this case, this 으려고 하다 means to be about to happen or to be close to happening. Therefore, 시작하려고 해요 here means is about to start. 이제 콘서트가 시작하려고 해요. The concert is about to start now. Okay? Let's see the next example. 저 애가 넘어지려고 해요. 저 애가 넘어지려고 해요. 저 애, that kid. I is a kid, and 애 is the shortened form of I. Therefore, 애 means a kid too. The determiner 저 is used. Therefore, we can know that the speaker is indicating the kid over there. The subject particle 가 is used. 저 애가 넘어지려고 해요. It's the combination of the verb 넘어지다, which means to fall down, and 려고 해요. 넘어지려고 해요. 넘어지려고 해요. Then what is the role of this 려고 해요 part in this sentence? Let's see the subject 저 애. It's not a non-living thing. It's a kid. It's a living thing. But we cannot say that this kid is intentionally trying to fall down. He can, but in this case, he's not. Therefore, even though the subject is a person, you can think this 려고 해요 here also means something is about to happen. So 넘어지려고 해요 means is about to fall down. Again, when the subject doesn't have any intention to do something, 려고 해요 can mean to be about to, even though the subject is a person. Okay? So 저 애가 넘어지려고 해요 means that kid is about to fall down. Let's see the next example. 저는 살 안 찌려고 저녁을 안 먹어요. 저는 살 안 찌려고 저녁을 안 먹어요. 저는 I 살 안 찌려고 listen carefully. 살찌다 in Korean means to gain weight or to get fat. 살찌다 is a verb. It's actually a noun plus verb. Therefore, you can split it into two parts. 살 and 찌다. 살 actually means, as a noun, flesh or fat. And 찌다 describes the state of your fat getting bigger and bigger. This verb 살찌다 is a little bit different from other noun plus verb verbs because the noun 살 doesn't work like an object of the verb 찌다. You can also think this verb 찌다 is a kind of intransitive verb which cannot take an object. Therefore, the noun 살 should work like a subject of the verb part 찌다, not the object. And the subject particle 이 can be added to the noun part 살, like 살이 찌다. 살이 찌다. What's good about splitting the verb? Yes, you can put adverbs between 살 and 찌다. The negative adverb 안 can also be put between 살 and 찌다. The subject particle 이 can be omitted. Therefore, 살 안 찌려고 sounds like not to get fat or in order not to get fat with the connective ending 려고. Do you get it? 저녁을 안 먹어요. 저녁 means evening originally, but it can also mean dinner. 저녁을 안 먹어요 of course means not eat dinner. 저는 살 안 찌려고 I, not to get fat, 저녁을 안 먹어요. Don't eat dinner. 저는 살 안 찌려고 저녁을 안 먹어요. I don't eat dinner not to gain weight. Okay? Like this, if you use the negative adverb 안, you can simply express not to or in order not to. Of course, you can use 지 않다, which can also be used to negate the sentence. Just you should remember that 안 is also a stem. In order not to get fat. 살찌다, to get fat. The stem is 살찌. You add 지 안 and the connective ending 으려고. 살찌지 않으려고 살찌지 않으려고. Not to get fat. 살찌지 않으려고. This time, 으려고 is used because 안 has final consonants. Therefore, the sentence is going to be 저는 살찌지 않으려고 저녁을 안 먹어요. Okay? Very good. Now, let's use the movement verbs such as go and come with to infinitive. Let's see the English sentence first this time. I am going to go to Korea to meet my friend. The main verb go is highlighted in red, right? Because of this verb go, you can use the connective ending 으러 or 러 for the to meet part instead of 으려고. Okay? Again, the connective ending 으러, 러 is used not because the to infinitive part has one of the movement verbs, such as go or come, but because the main verb is one of the movement verbs, such as go or come. Got it? Let's see the Korean sentence then. 내년에 친구를 만나러 한국에 갈 예정이에요. 내년에 친구를 만나러 한국에 갈 예정이에요. 내년에, next year. 친구를, friend. 만나러, the stem 만나 is from the verb 만나다, which means to meet. And then the connective ending 러 is added after it. The last letter of the stem 나 doesn't have a final consonant. Therefore, you just add 러 sound. The connective ending 으러, 러 expresses the purpose of the movement verb. Therefore, 만나러 can mean to meet. 내년에 친구를 만나러. Next year, friend, to meet my friend next year. The to infinitive part is said first in Korean normally. 한국에 갈 예정이에요. 한국에 갈 예정이에요. 한국에, to Korea, the destination. 갈 예정이에요 is going to go. 가 is the stem from the verb 가다, which means to go. Final 르 consonant and 예정이에요 is added to indicate something scheduled in your mind for the future. Because of this verb 가다, you can use the connective ending 러 instead of 려고 for the to meet part. 내년에 친구를 만나러 한국에 갈 예정이에요. Next year, friend to meet to Korea is going to go. 내년에 친구를 만나러 한국에 갈 예정이에요. I am going to go to Korea to meet my friend. Okay? It's super easy. You can actually use the connective ending 려고 or the compound expression 기 위해서 instead of the connective ending 러 for this sentence. No problem. But there will be a slight change in nuances. Let's talk about it with the next examples. 한국에 왜 오셨어요? It's a question. 한국에, to Korea. 왜, why. 오셨어요? 오시다 is the higher respect form of the verb 오다, which means to come. The stem 오시 plus 왔어요, 오시었어요 becomes 오셨어요. 한국에 왜 오셨어요? To Korea. Why came? Why did you come to Korea? It's just a simple question. Let's see the answers. 한국에 살러 왔어요. 한국에 살러 왔어요. 한국에, this particle 에 is not a destination particle. It's staying related particle. It can be replaced by the particle 에서. With the verb 살다, you can use either the particle 에 or 에서. So 한국에 or 한국에서. 살러 왔어요. 살러. The stem 살 is from the verb 살다, which means to live. Because of the final consonant, the connective ending 으러 was supposed to be added, but as you know, the final 르 consonant and 으 sound cannot be used together. Therefore, 으 sound from the connective ending 으러 disappears and only 러 sound is used. So, 살러 expresses the purpose of the verb come. Therefore, it can mean like to live. 왔어요. It just means came. But as you know, the past tense in Korean can mean something happened in the past and its state continues. Therefore, 왔어요 can't mean the speaker came to Korea in the past and probably he's still in Korea. 오다 is one of the movement verbs. That's why 러 can be used. 살러, to live. 왔어요, came. 살러 왔어요, came to live. 한국에 살러 왔어요, came to live in Korea. The connective ending 으러, 러 has to be used with one of the movement verbs, mostly 가다 and 오다. But 으려고, 려고 and 기 위해서 can be used with any verb. Therefore, those can be used for this sentence too. Let's see the next sentence. 한국에 살려고 왔어요. 한국에 살려고 왔어요. 살려고. The stem 살 plus 려고. Because you cannot use the 으 sound here either. 살려고. The connective ending 으려고, 려고 can express the purpose or the intention of the subject. Therefore, 살려고 also can mean to live. And 한국에 살려고 왔어요 sounds perfectly fine too. Then the first answer with the connective ending 러 and the second answer with the connective ending 려고 mean exactly the same thing. Are they exactly the same? They can be. But there is a slight difference in nuances actually. The first answer, 한국에 살러 왔어요. This is a bit hard to explain, so please listen carefully. 살러. This connective ending 으러, 러 expresses the purpose of the movement verb. That is correct in Korean grammar. But 으러, 러 can sound slightly weaker than the 으려고, 려고. So 살러 왔어요 is somewhat closer to come and live. Or the verb to live is something accompanied by the verb to come. But you should remember 으러, 러 still expresses the purpose of the movement verb come. The second answer, 한국에 살려고 왔어요, sounds more like came to live. The connective ending 으려고, 려고 sounds a bit stronger than 으러, 러. Therefore, the 살려고 part definitely sounds like you express the purpose or your intention as if you use to infinitive in English. Again, let me put it this way. 살러 왔어요 with a connective ending 러 doesn't exactly sound like come and live, but 살러 왔어요 sounds somewhere between come and live and come to live, and it expresses the purpose of the movement verb 오다. 살려고 왔어요 can sound very similar to 살러 왔어요, but it sounds somewhat stronger than 살러 왔어요. Therefore, the very first sentence, 내년에 친구를 만나러 한국에 갈 예정이에요, can also sound like I am going to go and meet my friend next year. Okay? It cannot be exactly explained with the English grammar, so please try to feel and understand what I've just explained. You can also use the compound expression 기 위해서 for the same sentence. Let's see the next sentence. 한국에 살기 위해서 왔어요. 한국에 살기 위해서 왔어요. And this 살기 위해서 part is the combination of the stem 살 and the compound expression 기 위해서. This 살기 위해서 also sounds slightly stronger and more formal than the second one, 살려고. Therefore, it can sound like in order to live in English. But the difference is you can use this 기 위해서 more often in spoken Korean than English in order to. When you want to indicate the purpose or intention of your action even more clearly, as if you use to infinitive or in order to in English, you can use 으려고, 려고 or 기 위해서, even though the main verb is one of the movement verbs. But 으러, 러 is normally used for this type of the sentence with the movement verb. Okay? Let's see the next sentence. Let's see the English sentence first again. Would you like to come to see my concert tomorrow? Or would you like to come and see my concert tomorrow? The verb come is highlighted in red. Because of this verb come, you will be able to use the connective ending 으러 or 러 in Korean. As you see the would you like to part, this sentence expresses a suggestion or asks about the listener's intention. Let's see the Korean sentence. 내일 제 콘서트 보러 오실래요? 내일 제 콘서트 보러 오실래요? 내일, tomorrow. 제 콘서트, 제, my. 콘서트 is just concert. 제 콘서트, my concert. It's an object, but the object particle 를 is omitted. 보러, to see. The stem 보 is from the verb 보다, which means to see. The connective ending 러 is added, and it expresses the purpose of the following movement verb. 오실래요? 오시다 is the higher respect form of the verb 오다. 오시 is the stem. The final ending 르래요 is added. Final 르 or 을래요 is used to make a suggestion or to ask about the listener's intention. So, 오실래요 can sound like, would you like to come? 내일, tomorrow. 제 콘서트, my concert. 보러, to see. 오실래요? Would you like to come? 내일 제 콘서트 보러 오실래요? Would you like to come to see my concert? Or would you like to come see my concert? Right? Like this, the connective ending 으러, 러 can be used with the ending which expresses command or suggestion. If you use the connective ending 려고 for the same sentence, it will sound weird. Let's see the next extra example. 내일 제 콘서트 보려고 오실래요? 내일 제 콘서트 보려고 오실래요? This 보려고 part sounds strange because the suggestion ending 을래요 is used. 보려고 오실래요 can sound like, would you come in order to see? It will sound the same with the compound expression 기 위해서, of course. Therefore, when you use the suggestion or command ending with the movement verbs, you need to use the connective ending 으러, 러. Okay? Let's see the next example. If you see this example, you will find out that 으려고, 려고 can actually be used with a command ending without a problem, if it makes sense. 일찍 자려고 노력해보세요. 일찍 자려고 노력해보세요. 일찍, early, it's an adverb. 자려고, the stem 자 is from the verb 자다, which means to sleep. The connective ending 려고 is added. Therefore, it must be like to sleep. Or at least it will indicate the purpose or intention. It's more like intention this time. Let's see the predicative part to find it out. 노력해보세요. 노력하다 means to make an effort or to try. Anyways, it means to put an extra effort or try hard to accomplish something. The stem is 노력하, and the compound expression 아, 어, 해, 보다 is added to it. In this sentence, the higher respect form 보시다 is used instead of the base form 보다. The last letter of the stem is the 하 sound. Therefore, you need to turn the last letter of the stem 하 sound into 해 sound and add 보시다. As you know, this compound expression 아, 어, 해, 보다 can add a meaning, try, or give it a shot. Therefore, 노력해 보시다 can mean try to make an effort or just to try. Again, 노력하다 basically means to make an effort. So it goes very well with the compound expression 아, 어, 해, 보다, which can add a nuance, try or give it a shot, give it a try in Korean. And 노력해 보다 together can mean try to make an effort, or it can just mean to try. If you add a final ending 어요, it can sound like a command or a polite request. 노력해 보시 plus 어요 becomes 노력해 보셔요. But you use the 세 sound instead of the 셔 sound in the present simple tense. Therefore, it becomes 노력해 보세요. 노력해 보세요 can mean please try to make an effort or just please try. Therefore, it's basically a command or polite request. 일찍, early, 자려고, to sleep, 노력해 보세요. Please try. 일찍 자려고 노력해 보세요. Please try to sleep early. Or please try to make an effort to sleep early. Okay? As you see, even though the command ending 어요 is used, you can use the connective ending 려고 if you use the proper verb which goes well with 려고. This time, the predicate 노력해 보세요 goes very well with 려고 because it can mean try to. Got it? 일찍 자려고 노력해 보세요. Please make an effort to sleep early. Please try to sleep early. There is one more reason. 으려고 노력하다 sounds very similar to 으려고 하다, which can mean intend to. As if you say, please intend to sleep early. Therefore, you can know that it's not like you cannot use the connective ending 으려고 with a suggestion and command ending. If it makes sense, if you use the proper verb, and if the main verb is not one of the movement verbs, you can use 려고 with a suggestion or command ending. And this is a good example. I cannot think of any other verbs that can be used like this now. Therefore, you can think it's not very common though. Anyway, you can remember this verb, 노력하다, for now. The compound expression 기 위해서 is the same. You can use 기 위해서 for the same sentence. 일찍 자기 위해서 노력해 보세요. Please try to sleep early. 일찍 자기 위해서 노력해 보세요. Please make an effort in order to sleep early. Okay? Very good. Now, let's learn about the relations between the two infinitive and the noun form in Korean. There's the reason why we need to talk about this, because in many cases, you can just use the noun form instead of the English to infinitive part. Let's take a look at the English sentences that you might have seen at least once in our lessons and see what I'm talking about. I helped Amy study Korean. Do you remember this type of the sentence with the verb help? When you make this sentence in Korean, you turn the entire clause Amy studied Korean into a noun form, or you can also think that you just turn the verb study into a noun form so that the entire Amy studied Korean part can be an object of the verb helped. In order to do that, you use the dependent noun got with a modifier ending. Let's see the next sentence. I imagine going to Korea. It's the same. When you make this sentence in Korean, you turn the entire phrase going to Korea or the ing form going into a noun form with a dependent noun got so that the entire phrase going to Korea can be used as an object of the verb imagine. Therefore, it doesn't matter if it's an infinitive or gerund in Korean. You just turn them all into a noun form so that the rest of the part can be an object of the main predicate. That's the Korean grammar, right? Let's see the next example. Minho envies me having a castle. The English grammar doesn't matter. Envies is the verb, and the rest of the part is going to be an object of the verb envies in Korean. Me here is, of course, going to be used as a subject of the having a castle part in Korean. A castle is going to be an object of the gerund having within the phrase, and the entire me having a castle is going to be an object of the verb envies. The most important thing is you turn having into a noun form in Korean so that the entire me having a castle can be in a noun form too. So what can we learn from this? In many cases, you can just turn the rest of the part after the main verb into a noun form and use it as an object of the main verb in Korean. Yes, that's it. And you can apply this to the sentences with to infinitive that does not express the purpose nor intention. Let's see the next sentences. I like to drive and I like driving. What's the difference between these two sentences in English? If you know the difference, please keep it to yourself for now. And let's talk about it very soon from the Korean's point of view. The important thing is, in Korean, you can just turn both to drive and driving part into a noun form and use them as an object of the verb like, as if you say, I like something. That's it. It doesn't really matter whether you use to infinitive or verb ing form in English. It matters only when it changes the meaning significantly. Then what grammatical elements can we use to make a noun form in Korean? There are 3. First of all, you already know the dependent noun, 것. This is a dependent noun, so it's used with a modifier ending. You add a modifier ending to the stem first, and then you use the dependent noun, 것, right? And in spoken Korean, you normally use the shortened form 거. And this 거 sound is used in written Korean too, with certain compound expressions such as 을 거예요, as you know. The second one is the ending 기. 기. Again, this is the ending. Therefore, it's added directly to the stem. You don't need a modifier ending, of course. And there's the ending but this one has little to do with the to infinitive thing. Therefore, let's not talk about it. We are going to talk about 것 and 기 mostly on this page. Then let's talk about the difference between the dependent noun 것 and the ending 기. First, as I have just told you, the dependent noun 것 is used with a modifier ending when it's used to turn the predicate into a noun form. But the ending 기 is added to a stem directly. Second, because of the fact that it's used with a modifier ending, the dependent noun 것 can indicate the tense, but the ending 기 is not used with a tense element normally. I said normally because there are some cases the ending 기 is used with a past tense indicator at, het, but it's not related to the English to infinitive thing, therefore let's not talk about it. Third, the dependent noun 것 can be used to indicate a thing without using its name. But the ending 기 cannot be used like that. It's obvious because you know, 기 is an ending. Fourth, let's talk about the ending 기 first this time because it is important. The ending 기 can be used to make the name of an activity. It can be used name the activities. For example, when you list the things you do every day and make the timetable for yourself, like jogging, studying, eating, drinking, and sleeping, when you want to write the noun forms for those activities on your timetable, as if you use the gerund in English, you can use the ending 기. But the dependent noun 것 is not used like that. So we can guess that the noun form made with the ending 기 might sound more activity focused than the one with the dependent noun 것. Maybe, we'll see. Fifth, 것 can replace 기 and Again, the noun form with the dependent noun 것 can be used instead of the one with the 기 or normally. We are not learning about the ending therefore you can just remember 것 can replace the ending 기. But 기 and cannot replace 것 perfectly because 기 and cannot indicate the tense normally, while 것 can with a modifier ending. Then you might want to ask if 것 and 기 can be used interchangeably. Yes, they can be, unless you need to express the tense with the to infinitive part or ing part. You'll see what it means later. And you can remember now that 기 and have other usages too. Those are still all related to the noun form, but those are not about the to infinitive thing that we are learning now. Therefore, let's not talk about it. You can just remember when 기 or is used for other usages which is not mentioned here, the dependent noun 것 cannot replace either of them. Okay? One more thing. The ending 기 cannot be interchangeably used with the ending and it doesn't work the other way around either. But even if you do that, people will understand what you're saying because it will be in a noun form anyway. But people tend to use the ending with a particular verbs which are not really used with the ending 기. Therefore, they are not really used interchangeably. Okay? We've checked out the difference between 것 and 기. Then what is the common usage of these two? It's simple. They both can turn a stem into a noun form so that it can be used as a subject, object, and etc. within the sentence. Okay? Now let's go back to I like to drive and I like driving again. As I explained, you can use either the dependent noun 것 or the ending 기 to turn both to drive part and driving part into a noun form in Korean. Then the real question is, why can't we use the noun form to express to infinitive in Korean? I'll try to explain. Please listen carefully. Actually, you need to understand why on earth the to infinitive is used in this English sentence. Why? Think about it first. I'm not saying that we need to understand the English grammar. It doesn't matter. I am talking about your native language. Do you use something exactly like to infinitive in your native language? How about Portuguese, Spanish, Chinese, Arabic, or any African languages? If you do, you are lucky. But there's no such a thing to infinitive in Korean, unfortunately. Therefore, we need to know why this to infinitive is used. Me? I don't know. I don't know for sure because I am not a native English speaker. Some might say there is no big difference between two, while some others say I like to drive sounds more like potentiality, and I like driving sounds more like action-focused or experience. And I don't know what the others would say. But you are learning Korean, therefore you need to learn how Koreans understand this to drive part. In that case, I can be a little help. In order to express I like to drive in Korean, you need to use the Korean grammatical elements, right? So you need to see what grammatical elements are available for this. If you think to drive part means closer to I would like to drive, you can use the compound expression 고 싶다, which expresses your desire to do something. Then it's clear. It can solve the potentiality thing too, but I don't think that's the case here. If you think to drive part means closer to in order to drive, you can use the connective ending 으려고 or 기 위해서. Then it can solve the purpose or intention thing too. But the proposed thing wouldn't go well with this particular verb like. It would rather sound very strange. So in my opinion, as a native Korean speaker, I cannot find any big difference between I like to drive and I like driving. At least, the difference which can be expressed by the grammar, by the Korean grammar. Even though you know the difference in English, you need to be much clearer to express that difference in Korean. Therefore, I will use the same noun form for both to drive part and driving part. Maybe to infinitive can change its exact usage slightly with other verbs. Let's talk about it later again, but I can tell you now, you don't really have to think about it too seriously when you speak Korean, especially when the difference is not that obvious. If the difference is obvious, you can use other grammatical elements to express that, no problem. Let's see the Korean sentences for I like to drive and I like driving. You can use either the dependent noun 것 or the ending 기. The first sentence is with the dependent noun 것. 저는 운전하는 것을 좋아해요. 저는 I 운전하는 것을. The stem 운전하 is from the verb 운전하다, which means to drive. You can add a modifier ending 는 and the dependent noun 것 to turn the stem into a noun form. 운전하는 것 can express both to drive and driving. And the object particle 을 can be added because 운전하는 것 is already in a noun form. And 운전하는 것 is now an object of the verb 좋아해요. Driving is a gerund even in English. Therefore, it might be more natural for you to use the noun form for that in Korean. But the point is, you can even turn the to drive part into noun form. Even though to drive is in the to infinitive form in English, you can use it as an object of the verb 좋아해요 in Korean, unless you think the to drive part has a significantly different meaning. Okay? Let's see the next sentence. 저는 운전하기를 좋아해요. Let's see the 운전하기를 part. It's the combination of the stem 운전하 and the ending 기, which turns the predicate into a noun form to, and the object particle 를, 운전하기를. And 운전하기 also definitely in a noun form. Therefore, 운전하기 also can be used to express both to drive and driving. You might insist to know the difference between two. I understand. I'll say they are almost the same. But if you take a look at the usages of the dependent noun 것 and the ending 기 closely, you might be able to find the answer. As I explained, the ending 기 can be used to make the name of an activity. Therefore, you can say that 운전하기 with the ending 기 sounds closer to the ing form driving. But I am not going to say it's a rule. You will understand the reason if you see the next sentence. We cannot show you the Korean sentence because of lack of the space, but please think about the meaning of this sentence. I admitted having stolen money. In English, you don't say I admitted to have stolen money. It's the English grammar. We don't have to know that. But the point is, having stolen is used. If you use the ending 기 because you believe that the ending 기 sounds more like ing form, it will be a big mistake. It will sound very strange. Because having stolen indicates the past tense. And as you learned, the ending 기 is not really used with a tense element, except for the special case. Therefore, you need to use the dependent noun 것 to express the having stolen part with a modifier ending, which can indicate the past tense. Okay? Therefore, in Korean, you should remember there is no such a thing to infinitive. It's not the point you should focus on. You should focus on the actual meaning and use the proper grammatical elements. That's it. Let's see one more English sentence. I have something to do tomorrow. In my Korean point of view, the usage of this to infinitive is very different. Please, you also think about the exact role of the to do part in this sentence. Does it indicate the purpose or intention? Can the to do part be an object of the verb have? Because something is already an object. Can it be like I have something doing tomorrow? What's the deal? I'll tell you my opinion. As I read it, what I feel is the to do part modifies the pronoun something. Like I have something I should do tomorrow. Or I have something I will do tomorrow. Something you should do or you will do in the future. In this case, you can add a future modifier ending to the to do part and let it modify the noun something in Korean. Something can still be the dependent noun 것. Therefore, you cannot use the ending 기 for this sentence either. Now you get the picture a little bit clearer? The point is, first, in Korean, in many cases, you can use the noun form not only for the verb ing form, but also for the to infinitive. In the Korean's point of view, you say, I like to drive, or I like driving, because you cannot just say, I like drive. Verbs cannot be used consecutively within the same sentence without any grammatical element in English. But that's English. That's English grammar. In Korean, you can turn the verb drive to drive or driving into a noun form and use it as an object of the verb like. Because I don't see any particular grammatical role of this to drive nor driving. If you think to infinitive part has a special meaning such as in order to, or a specific role which has to be expressed, you need to find the proper ending or compound expression to express that in Korean. Please see these English verbs. Expect to, hope to, learn to, love to, offer to, promise to, forget to, hate to, refuse to, fail to, prefer to, and etc. You can turn the to infinitive part into a noun form with these kinds of verbs in Korean. And you can use either dependent noun 것 or the ending 기 to do that. You can turn an adjective into a noun form too, no problem. There's no big difference between 것 and 기 in terms of the meaning or nuances, but there are some verbs that go better with the ending 기 than 것. That's true. But anyway, you can use them interchangeably unless you need to use the to infinitive part as a modifier with a tense. For example, when you want to say, I have something to do tomorrow, you should use the dependent noun 것 for the to do part because you need to use the modifier ending. Second, you don't have to worry about the English grammar. Some verbs are used only with a to infinitive and some verbs are used only with ing forms in English. It doesn't matter in Korean. What you need to focus more on is the actual meaning that you want to express, and you choose the proper grammatical elements to express that meaning or nuances in Korean. Just one more thing. You should know that there are still some verbs which don't work like this with to infinitive in Korean. You might need to more or other grammatical elements to express that particular to infinitive. You should learn them case by case. Don't worry, there will not be that many. You can learn them one by one. Let's see one more example and let's wrap up the lesson. I go to swim every day. And I go swimming every day. In the first sentence, to swim is used. And in the second sentence, go swimming is used. Whatever you think the English grammar is, in Korean, they can be expressed by one sentence. 저는 매일 수영하러 가요. The stem 수영하 plus the connective ending 러. Because of the verb 가요, you can use the connective ending 러, and it expresses the purpose of your action going. You might think go swimming is not about purpose. It's rather about just an action or activity. You can say that, but you don't really say 저는 매일 수영하기를 가요. We always say 수영하러 가요, no matter whether you mean go to swim or go swimming. Because, as you know, 으러, 러 can sound weaker than to infinitive or in order to. Therefore, 수영하러 가요 can sound like go swimming or go and swim, not just go to swim. Therefore, if you don't think to swim means in order to, you can use the connective ending 러, even for the ing form swimming. So you can see that it's not about to infinitive nor ing forms in Korean. One more time. Okay? What do you think? A little bit difficult? You'll understand much better with the examples later. In a nutshell, you can turn the to infinitive into a noun form. That's it. Okay, this is the end of this video. You're going to continue learning how to express to infinitive and how to use a noun form with it in Korean in the next video. 그럼 다음 비디오에서 만나요. 안녕히 계세요.